All right, so you're thinking about making money, you want to go on Airbnb. How do you start listing your property? Well, the first thing that matters and the most important part is your title. Your title and your cover image. So imagine you're a guest, somebody out there who's traveling somewhere. Let's say you're traveling to Berlin, Germany, and you go to Berlin, you type in your different features you're looking for. You want a full house, 3-bedroom, 2 baths with a pool, whatever, right? And you have all these different results. The things that stick out is the cover image and the title. So make sure your cover image and title is better than your competition, and make your title very catchy, right? Something very catchy such as cozy house right next to DC, or amazing house in this historic area downtown, right? Use lots of adjectives to make sure when somebody's looking at your house, they can see the best features just looking at the title, right? So if you're in the best part of town, brag about it, right? Then also the cover image. This also goes towards more of the images in general, right? Airbnb actually comes with a complimentary, in other words, free professional photography service to hosts. So if you're hosting your property on Airbnb, if you go into settings, you can actually contact them and they will send a professional photographer. So they'll come to your house and they'll take photos of the entire house for you for free, right? Then they'll go back, edit the pictures. It can take a while depending on where your location is. I've had them take anywhere from a couple of weeks to even a month, I think, right? But anyway, you get free professional photos that you can then put on Airbnb, and this makes your pictures stand out because all the pictures that come from the professional photographer provided by Airbnb has a little logo saying that these are officially verified photos by Airbnb, right? So it gives you kind of this social proof stamp of approval. In addition to that, make sure your description is on point. So just follow basic copywriting principles, right? Imagine you're in the shoes of the renter, right? Walk them through your house. Talk about the experience, the emotions they go through, the vibe in each room, the best features, right? Maybe you say, my place is amazing for coming back after a long day of work, unwinding, drinking some wine, watching Netflix on my big screen TV, and just falling asleep on my cozy couch, right? Talk about the emotions, the experience. Put yourself in the shoes of the renter. Also, make sure you list your house rules. This is very, very vital, right? Because my house rules, for example, are no house parties at all, right? I've heard about the horror stories on Airbnb, and I do not want my house being on that list, right? I want to come back to a nice house, right? So I have a listing of my rules, such as leave the house clean before you leave, right? So all these different things, all the different rules you would want other people to abide by, make sure you list them in your listing's house rules. Pricing. How do you pick the perfect price? In general, the way I pick the perfect price for a property is I look at my region, then I go and basically change the search parameters to instant booking, right? This is vital because anybody in Airbnb can put a property there and pick any random price. But you don't want to pick a random price. You want to pick a price that's actually going to get you bookings, right? So you filter out the people who aren't really serious about Airbnb and only look at people who have instant bookings and who have lots of reviews, right? So people who have lots of reviews and instant booking, those are basically professional Airbnb hosts, right? So they know the system. So you basically just look at their pricing and find out what the average pricing is. Now, if this is your first time hosting on Airbnb, I would say start off low. Make sure you're the lowest in your region, so that way you can get bookings, get lots and lots of bookings, right? Because the main thing that will drive the amount of money you make on Airbnb are the number of reviews you have, and ideally the higher the better, right? So 5-star reviews, a ton of 5-star reviews, right? In addition to that, Airbnb also has something called dynamic pricing, which basically they will use their algorithm to find out the best price for you to get bookings in your region based on demand in your region, right? So based on the occupancy rate. So if all the other neighboring hosts are sold out, they'll increase the price of your listing. If everybody else isn't sold out, your pricing will decrease. You have the option of picking a minimum price you'll you'll stay above, and a maximum price, right? So you can basically pick a pricing range, and then the algorithm will automatically adjust for you. Now that's pretty cool, but in my opinion though, it's not always that accurate, because sometimes it's very, very low, right? So for example, right now I have a 4-bedroom house about 20 minutes outside of DC, and the lowest price I typically list is $299. But sometimes, like especially like right now, the algorithm will recommend 180, 230, right? And I've never gone that low. Now, right now, I don't really want to list them often, but my experience of, especially during the springtime and summertime, which is peak season in DC, I can list my property for almost 1.5 times the recommended price by their algorithm, right? So I wouldn't necessarily use it as the single version of truth. Experiment around and find out what works best.